Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's new GTA 5 Online video, Rockstar, of course, released their new GTA Online weekly update this morning with all new game changes, money bonuses, big property and vehicle discounts, but also some rare and removed vehicles that are featured back into the game for a limited time. In today's video, we're going over all of the biggest and most major changes of this weekly update, because across all the various things to cover in this video, we actually have some really cool stuff to discuss. And one of the limited time rare and removed vehicles that's featured back is this vehicle you can see behind me right here. We're going to go over where exactly you could buy this, what in-game vendor and car dealership, how much it costs, the performance, customization, all that and more on this vehicle and all of the others this week here in-game. Getting started with this video, I have two PSAs. One of them is that this weekly update isn't just lasting for a week. Normally, you would expect this weekly event to last until and at least through Wednesday, June the 3rd. It's not. This is going to be essentially a 2-week weekly event because the DLC is suspected to release on Tuesday, June the 17th. So this update is lasting all the way up until June the 16th. And of course, further evidence of the DLC releasing on the 17th is the new GTA Plus rewards and event period going live on the 17th. You have until the 16th to take advantage of the GTA Plus rewards. So the summer DLC is 99.9% likely to be releasing on the 17th unless something happens, which is very doubtful. But that's one announcement. So you're going to have more than just a week to take advantage of these opportunities, and what a good weekly event in terms of money bonuses to have for an extra week. But also the returning limited time game mode for this week is a curated featured series mode of both EC Classic as well as Hot Ring Circuit races. So if you go to jobs, play job, Rockstar created, and then you actually go to the races section, you can find some of those actually here featured as a returning mode when it comes to the EC Classic races. If we go all the way down here, we should see it pop up. Actually, no, sorry, it's in the stunt races category. Hot Ring Circuits and the EC Classic races that are on money bonus for this week, you could find them here in the stunt races category. When it comes to this week's money bonuses here in GTA Online for this weekly event, we actually have some great opportunities. The first one that we're going to be talking about here is double money and double RP on all vehicle cargo sell missions. So the import-export business with this vehicle warehouse is on double money. So you can make about $160,000 per top range vehicle sell instead of the usual $80,000 of profit. Granted, of course, no vehicle damage on the source or the sell. These missions have a 20-minute cooldown. That still equates to $480,000 an hour for only 3 cars that you have to deliver. And that's only going to take you between sourcing and selling 3 cars. So 6 missions in total, 3 sources, 3 sells. That's still only about 15 minutes of work, not even. So maybe a little bit more if you're very slow, but $480K an hour for less than a third of an hour worth of work, you know, about a fourth of an hour worth of work, that leaves all that time for you to grind something else. It's definitely worth it. And you can check out the business right here. I will go into detail on my money guide for the week when we talk about this, because I definitely want to focus in on this business. It's very rare that we see import-export sales, and so we'll talk about the meta strategy. You guys have probably heard 10, 10, 12. You have 10 mid-range vehicles, 10 standard range vehicles in your garage, and also make sure you have 12 top range, and always sell the 12th top range vehicle, whichever one it is. Make sure you have no duplicates on the vehicle, the license plate. 10 mid-range, 10 standard range, 12 top range. Always sell the 12th top range vehicle. It could be any single one, but as long as you sell it and then you source it right back, you'll always be able to source that vehicle right back. And then, you know, you could sync it up whenever it's time for you to sell again after the cooldown, keep selling it, and you could just farm money that way. So if we were to sell the XID Proto and export it, we can get a delivery commission of $80,000 if we do and sell it to a specialist dealer. So our commission on this $200,000 sale will actually be $160,000 because it's double this week. 200 minus 40 is 160. So it's definitely worth farming this week in GTA. But we also have triple money and triple RP on featured series jobs, 3 times money and 3 times RP on the community series jobs, double money and double RP on the casino story and work missions. So whether you're doing the actual casino adversary mode, or not casino adversary mode, but casino missions. So if you go to Rockstar created missions and then go to casino, these are paying out double money and double RP. You need to own a casino master penthouse for these. The casino work missions by calling up Agatha Baker are also double money and double RP. You're getting double the chips and double the actual money for payouts for the mission because they kind of give you the payout split. And then the Diamond Casino Heist is offering guaranteed diamonds throughout the rest of this weekly event. That lasts a little bit more than an entire week like we were talking about. So that is excellent for this week here in GTA Online. Like I said, in my money guide, we'll go into more detail. This is just to inform you of everything here today. Let's discuss all of our discounts for this week next here in GTA Online, because every single arcade property in the game plus all the arcade upgrades and modifications are going to be 30% off. So you can change the style, the mural, the floor, neon art, the extras, and get the garage. But all of the upgrades and modifications here that you can make are going to be 30% off. In addition to that, if you would like the Casino Master Penthouse to do the casino missions like I was talking about, well, you actually can do that because the penthouse, the Casino Master Penthouse, is also going to be 30% off. And in addition to that, the Master Penthouse with all the different upgrades and modifications to this actual property interior are also going to be on discount. So that's awesome. Not only that, I'm not here to show it to you on this exact computer here. You need to go to your CEO executive office computer, but the vehicle warehouses in the game, you know, to start your import-export vehicle cargo business, that's also going to be on discount. So the office was on discount last week, the vehicle warehouse wasn't. Now the vehicle warehouse is on discount for this event, but of course the office isn't. So if you didn't get the office last week, you do need to buy it this week at full price to then buy the vehicle warehouse. But nonetheless, that's also 30% off, super highly worth it. Let's jump into all of the other vehicle discounts now because we have some great ones. So over on Warstock, it's an oldie but a goodie. The HVY Insurgent is going to be 30% off for all players. So if I could bring it up right here, I could show you the price. The normal Insurgent here, $628,000 or $472,500 with the trade price. Then on Legendary Motorsport, you have some more vehicle discounts to avail of here and some pretty solid ones as well. The Grotti Italy GTO, this is a $1.1179 million sports car. It's tied for best sports car in the game with the Grotti Italy RSX. Honestly, it really depends on just whichever vehicle appearance and aesthetic you like better. I like both. I think I actually like the GTO a little bit more though. This car I feel like has a little bit better handling. The Italy RSX slides a little bit too much in my opinion, but in terms of acceleration and top speed, they're honestly neck and neck. But just due to the handling, I think that's why I like the GTO more personally. But they're very, very similar. They have a similar exhaust note, things like that. This vehicle here is going to be 40% off. Next up, the Cheval Taipan, 40% off, $1.118 million. We have the Pfister Comet SR for $687,000. Both of these are 40% off. After that, the Obey Tailgater S is $672,000. This is 40% off. The Ubermacht Rebla GTS, I love this BMW. This is based off of an X5, $705,000. This is also going to be 40% off. And we have one more vehicle on discount, but you need to head over to the two-door section on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. It is the LS Tuners Vapid Dominator ASP. A beautiful Mustang Cobra. You can get this for under $800,000 for 40% off. Highly, highly worth it. At the LS Car Meet, some of your rare and removed test drive vehicles that are featured back into the game are the following. So let's start off with the one that I was featuring at the beginning of today's video. This is the Grotti Carbonazzer. It is a highly sought after vehicle, and every time it returns to the game, players love it because new players get to unlock it. And it's just such a good car overall as like one of those older OG vehicles that Rockstar took away with the San Andreas Mercenaries update. With this car, performance-wise, it's nothing absolute top tier, but you get nice balanced performance. You get good acceleration, good enough top speed, super easy control between understeer and oversteer. It's a solid middle-of-the-road sports car. Like I said, that's ideal for new players who want something reliable, something fast, and something that looks good that they can add to their collection. And you can get your very own for $195,000 this week. Next up, the Dinka Veris. Obviously, this is an ATV. It's the heaviest ATV in the game. Acceleration is just going to be average here. The turning radius on it is going to be super good, but of course with the tires, you could see they're very exposed. You need bulletproof tires on here. It's not going to be a top choice for racing. It's very durable, and it's actually funny. You can get kind of a humorous traction improvement if you adjust the spoiler on this. You can't put a spoiler on an ATV, but if you access that section, you can actually equip a saddlebag, you know, basically gear that you could put on the rear side of this vehicle, and that will actually give you better traction and better downforce at speed, funny enough. So just a neat little Easter egg and fun fact right there. $192,000, almost expensive as the Carbonazzer. Get that, of course, over the ATV. Next up, the Albany Alpha. I think this is a very sporty car. Super, super long wheelbase, long and sleek, sporty model, high top speed of 118 miles an hour, very good acceleration. You get a lot of wheel spin because it is lightweight and it's also rear wheel drive. But that being said, very smooth at handling, got really good braking capability, and so if you're just casually driving around, this is another good option here. Again, it's not going to be a top contender in races within its class or something like that, but if you want a 2013 Cadillac El Mirage concept vehicle, well, this Albany Alpha in GTA is going to offer solid performance for its price point, and it is going to run you $150,000 for this weekly event. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and Car Dealership for the week, as you can see, we have the following vehicles that are going to be available. Some of them are rare and removed and featured back in the game for a limited time. So let's start off with the bike, I guess, on the left, just like last week. We'll talk about the LCC Hexer first. This is a durable chopper. It's a smooth cruiser as well. The handling really isn't anything to write home about. It's not top notch at all, but it manages good enough in traffic. I will say that. It's not bad. And overall, it's just like a solid choice. If you enjoy a stylish bike, you don't need top tier performance. I think it does look good. It's very simple. It's very minimalist, and that's what I like with a chopper like this. And it's only $15,000, so you might as well buy it. Next up, the Hijack Rustin. This is styled after the Vol 05, and with this car, it's agile, it's nimble, super lightweight, open cabin design, so you're gonna get headshotted out of it if you try and get into a PvP fight or something like that, or if any PvP situation is falling upon you in a public lobby, well, you're toast with this thing. Either way though, quick acceleration, agile cornering, sturdy enough, very resilient in terms of collisions, despite it obviously being super lightweight and looks like it's like made of complete carbon fiber, something like that. But like I said, you're very vulnerable to gunfire. I don't really know if it's really worth buying for you as a player. It's not for me at $437,000. I will say I do own one, and that's how I know that it's very limited in racing by its insufficient traction. It's agile and nimble, but it doesn't have great traction. You will slide around despite you being able to get around the corner. Next up, the Vapid Blade. This car actually, funny enough, this has supercar rivaling acceleration and top speed, which is crazy because this is inspired by the 1965 Ford Falcon. Obviously, the handling, you have to be careful with it. It's got crazy understeer, challenging muscle car to drive in races, but it still is, I would say, viable. $160,000 price point. It is cool though. It's stylish. If you want a fast old muscle car in a straight line, this is definitely the car for you. Next up, the Volcar Fagiolo. This is actually modeled after the Volvo Amazon wagon here. And performance-wise, average acceleration and top speed, you're going to struggle with a lot of oversteer with this car. So understeer here, oversteer with this. Can't really take sharp turns or anything like that. You can't really maintain speed well off-road if you decide to go on a dirt trail or sandy road or something like that. Braking, the brakes also tend to lock up on you, so it's really not just a great choice to drive around. But if you want something classic in the game for a Volvo, $359,510 price point for this Amazon wagon. Then next up, the Hustler. You guys know my distastes, my loathing for this vehicle. It's a cool muscle car in terms of its looks. I mean, it's more or less a hot rod, obviously. Short wheelbase, handling and braking isn't really going to be all that great. It's challenging to control in my opinion. It just has like a crazy understeer characteristic, but you also get oversteer if you go too fast. And also, it's just not agile enough. Like, I feel like I just plow into a wall or I spin out with this vehicle. Nonetheless, if you are a hot rod enthusiast, get this. I'm just not necessarily, it's not one of my most favorite types of cars, so I don't really feel the need to own one. And especially at $645,000, I don't really want to justify that price point. Albeit, you know, it's a fun but flawed vehicle. But if you like it, then get it. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle for the next, week and a half here in this game is the Karen Futo GTX. Now, this vehicle excels in the speed department and also drifting, but it's very prone to damage on the body. Like, it crumples up like a piece of tinfoil here, and you're gonna have a lot of handling issues after you collide with vehicles or objects, things like that. So you have to put the armor upgrades on with this vehicle. Either way, though, the propensity to drift with this car, even though it can, it's still going to be a little bit of a challenge for some players, I would imagine. But of course, if you want to add those upgrades, you're more than welcome to. Nonetheless, though, I would say it's thrilling to drive, it's agile, and it's just a fun little hatchback. So definitely try and unlock it this week. With that being said, if I can stop bumping into these NPCs, we are going to spin up this Lucky Wheel and see if we can get lucky this week. We've not been getting lucky over the past few weeks like I've been mentioning in these videos, but maybe our tides and our chances and luck will turn today. Let's see. We're not going to get the car, of course. 20,000 chips, though? Hey, I will take that, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of chips as well, don't forget at the cashier, you can get your daily visitor chips, too. You can get 1,000 of them. At the LS Car Meet, your prize ride is this beautiful Imponti Ruiner ZZ8, and this is actually an interesting livery color scheme, and also the wheels, you can see they're paint matched. Quite a unique look for this car. Typically, I wouldn't style a muscle car in this way, but you can unlock this vehicle for free by placing top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row. That is the prize ride challenge for this week, and or you know, just for the duration of this update, because it's not lasting a week, it's lasting a little bit longer, just between 1 and 2 weeks, about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. But either way, this car draws its aesthetics and cosmetics heavily from that 1998 to 2002 Pontiac Firebird, so a beautiful car in this game. Got a very beefy, muscular build. Speed-wise, I think it's got impressive speed and acceleration. Handling, I think, is going to demand a little bit of finesse to manage, because you do have a potential for oversteer at the really high speeds that you could take this car. But nonetheless, the body, visually sturdy. It will deform easily as well, just like that Futo GTX. So again, put the armor upgrades on when you upgrade the performance of this vehicle. Not that anyone's omitting that anyway, but these are some vehicles that you definitely don't want to skip out on that if you're trying to pinch pennies or something like that. Overall though, solid performance, worth unlocking. At the salvage yard, your vehicle robberies for this weekly update that of course lasts more than a week. We have here the standard range vehicle for the week, which is the Dinka Blista Conjo, featured and stealable in the Duggan robbery. Next up, the Pegasi Tauros is going to be your mid-range vehicle for this event, featured in the cargo ship robbery. And then the Overflawed Autarch is this week's top range vehicle, featured in the McToney robbery. None of these are claimable, but of course, just like, you know, the last DLC between Bottom Dollar Bounties and Agents of Sabotage, that last weekly event before we got the Agents of Sabotage Winter DLC for 2024, we had those salvage yard vehicles. And correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe that next week, when they should technically refresh into new ones, since we're not getting a new weekly event, the vehicles won't change, but we're going to repeat these, and these will become available again even if you already complete these before June the 11th technically, or by June the 11th. So I think on June the 12th, between June the 12th and June the 16th or 17th when the DLC drops, then we should get a second chance to go through all these. I think that's what happened last time, and of course before Bottom Dollar Bounties as well. But correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if I'm just imagining that and that happened. I'm pretty sure that happened. I don't know why I would be thinking of that otherwise, but I figured I'd mention it. So if you miss out on them over the next week, you will still have more time to get these, is what I'm saying. When it comes to the gun van location today, if you guys are watching on Thursday, June the 5th of 2025, you can see we're out here at the Palmer Taylor Power Station. So here's the location on the map. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection for this weekly update, we have some awesome opportunities. So the gun van exclusive battle rifle is featured here for all players. The Widowmaker is going to be featured here, and it's 40% off for GTA Plus members. We have the beautiful railgun. This was actually available before, and I said for players to buy it, it's worth it at full price, because obviously it's the railgun. We rarely see it make its way into the gun van, and it's a super useful tool for taking out aircraft in this game. But if you waited to buy it, and before you got the next weekly update news, you definitely made the right play, because it's 50% off this week. So you could take advantage of a half discount, or excuse me, a half price discount, which is just absolutely awesome. Then the miniguns featured here, the Assault SMG and the Crowbar if you want it. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, everyone. We are going to be wrapping things up right here. So if you guys did go on to enjoy this video and you found all this update news and information helpful, then definitely a like rating would of course be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Feel free to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with me on everything outside of YouTube itself. Twitch.tv/hazardous HDTV is the location that I live stream GTA Online several times a week, and I would love to have you guys get involved with that community over on there. Also, if you're interested in some rapid fire short form tips and tricks, details, facts, content, news, information, updates, tutorials, guides, and more, I have some YouTube shorts and TikToks that I make every single day for you guys. You guys are guaranteed to see a long form video here on YouTube, plus 2 YouTube shorts and TikToks. So have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the Money Guide tomorrow. Adios, amigos.